In today's video, I'll be sharing the rest of the pens that I inherited from my father-in-law. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Kat here. Thank you for the ones that just recently subscribed to my channel. Every member counts. I am going to do a time stamping so you'll be able to look at whichever pen you want if you do not want to watch all of the pens. These pens I have inherited from my father-in-law in the last year, and I was going to do individual videos, but summer school is upon me this coming week and I was afraid I wouldn't get to that task. So we have these pens plus another pen in here that we're going to talk about. And a shout out to my fellow stationery friend Greg of Stationery Shenanigans. Congratulations on your 4-year anniversary of your YouTube channel. And since you were the one in my last video explaining or sharing about what I got at Chicago Stationery Fest and the ink swatching I did, you said you liked the Weeping Willow. So that is the one that I'm going to dip my pens in today to test to see how they write. So let's get started. The very first one we are going to use is from the Pelikan set. This Pelikan set is in a leather case and it came with a ballpoint pen in blue ink, and then it came with this particular one, which is a Pelikan M48, approximately the year of 1987, and it's a precursor to the M200. I'm giving you all this information because I do not know anything else about it, but I did learn some things when I looked online. Right here, the clip of it is actually the shape of a pelican beak. So if you do have a pelican and you did not know that fun fact, go and check that out. And then also there, depending on when it was made, that these were engraved at one time and then they were painted on. This one was painted on, and it has only Germany on the gold rim around the cap. My other one that I'm going to show after this says West Germany on it. This is a black lacquer body, gold plated trim, and then the nib is a fine nib, but it does write like a broad. The pen itself, when you put the cap on, is 5 inches in length. It has a soft springy 14 karat gold nib. I don't know if you could see how it is shaped, but it is off center a little. I am going to have to get this fixed. So I'm going to be very gentle. There's already ink in it, so I'm going to be very careful of writing it so you guys can see how it writes. And I think that's all the information I have. Yes, that's all the information I've written down on this. Without further ado, I'm going to write next to this one because this represents the fine nib. I'm going to write down that it's a Pelikan M480, approximately around 1987. I do not have any more information. There wasn't a receipt or any, there was a box that this came in, but there wasn't any other information on it. And then the nib is fine, but I looked on a site that talks about Pelikan pens, and it says that it writes like a broad nib. I'm sorry, a medium nib. I apologize for that because I know I just messed that up earlier. And then the writing, the tiny writing on the nib is 140- and it's either 555 or 585. I lost my magnifying glass, so I'm not able to help out with that. And I don't know if there's anything else I want to write about it. So then I'm just going to do some swirls here and some lines. I can feel that it is scratchy due to it probably being off-centered. If I bring it up, it does write more onto the nib part. You can hear the scratch there, and then so that is what that one is. All right, on to the next pen. Our next pen is also a Pelikan. Once again, this is a shape of a pelican's beak. Now this one is the one that said it was made in West Germany. Okay, this one was the one that was made in West Germany. And I don't know if that's going to pick it up, but it says West Germany. Before 1989, there was East Germany and West Germany. East Germany was communist, West Germany was free. And then the Berlin Wall came down in '89, and then it's just been Germany ever since. So this is a rarity for that. Also, let's see, this is a M400. This is a little more modern because the video I watched, it used to just be one stripe here and here, and now they've added 2 stripes. And then the older ones, there wasn't the gold rim around the edge. Now there's a gold rim, so this is a little newer. Approximately maybe 1997. And then also, let's see, it's a 14 karat gold bicolor nib. And this one, you can tell it's more modern because instead of the chevron markings, you know, lines going like this, it has more of that pretty swirlies that some people know how to write. I don't know how to draw those yet. So it has the fancy scroll work. So made between 1982 and 1990. So we're just going to go 1980 to 1990, maybe 97 with a question mark. And let me put that this is a Pelikan also, and that the number is M400. Now that I own 2 of them, maybe I'll be able to go to Chicago for the next Pelikan meetup. I know there's a big to-do of people that own Pelikan pens and they do these meetups. I'm going to also write that it's a 14 karat bicolor gold nib. This one writes a lot differently. There's more of a bulbous on the end, and it just is very, very smooth to work with. And this one's also been, I've pre-inked this one to try it out. So I promise the other ones will use the weeping willow. And on the nib, there's a fancy scroll work. And let's see, so that shows that it's, and also it being two-tone, that shows that it's more of a modern nib. So all this information means it's a more modern nib. You could probably tell the noise is a little different than before. So that is the Pelikan M400. On to the next pen. Okay, this is a Carna Arche made in Switzerland, and this is a Le Mans collection. An ebony with a black lacquered body, and that's about all I know about this particular pen. I tried to look up other stuff. I might have been told that they use nibs from Pelikan, even though it has their initials engraved of the C and the A on it. But I think that's what one of the people at Atlas told me when I brought these in to have these checked out. This one has not been inked up, but I'll show you that it's obviously a more modern one because it has the converter and it's green in body. And I believe that this is a fine nib. It says an F right there, teeny tiny. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the weeping willow and dip the pen in that to test it out. Just get enough so it'll get on the feeders. This is definitely fine nib. You can tell right away just by the lettering being so thin. And then I'm going to write what I tried to look up more stuff for it, and it just kept telling me that it was a company from Switzerland. So if anyone has a pen from this company, whoops, let's write nib, not nice. Please let me know. I would love to know more about this. I did not take any of these to the pen show, just on the mere fact that I was afraid that I was going to lose them. When I did take them down to Atlas, that's the only place I took them, and then, you know, we went home, so I didn't have to worry about accidentally leaving them somewhere. So that's what this one looks like. Okay, on to the next pen. Okay, our next pen is a Aurora Pilsen Sterling Silver. That's why it does not look shiny. I did not clean it up yet because I kind of like this tarnished look. And it is solid sterling silver, and I'm not going to pronounce it, but I will put the words up on the screen right now. It has a particular pattern, and that is made by a precise, accurate, repetitive design that is through engine turning. You can also find this pattern on watches and also in jewelry. Okay, this was made in Italy from a company that was founded in 1919. It does not have the gold nib, it has the steel nib, and it's a fine nib. And it is the Le Poisson model, and it's known to be for an everyday pen, even though it's sterling silver, this particular model. Let's write this information right here. The Aurora. And I've never heard of this pen or seen a pen like this. I'm usually a TWSBI girl. And now that I've got my first handmade pen from the pen show where they make them from the different acrylic bodies, I might start gathering more of those. On the internet, it gave this number, so that's what I'm going to write down. Oh, and it also has a Y-shaped clip. That's, I guess, part of the signature. It's a Y-shaped clip. And yeah, it's a stainless steel nib. And it's known to be an everyday pen. My father-in-law, most of his pens were fine nib, or he did broad. So, or broad slash medium, depending on what the manufacturer decides that what it is. Because I know some companies will say fine, but it's actually medium. Medium's actually broad. So that is the Aurora. On to the next pen. This pen is called a Waterman pen, and this is made in France. It also has that particular type of line work in the cap of the pen. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but this is actually like a really dark forest green, and then it has like this little spot of black onyx looking here, and then this is all gold. And this one is very interesting. It comes from a design where the nib is placed right into the tip of the pen. Okay, see how it is right in the tip of the pen? It just inserts it. I do not know how you would replace it, but this one is a medium nib. What they said that it is an integrated nib that is seamlessly built into the pen's body to create the fluid uninterrupted design. And it is like a luxury, they say that it's like from a luxury boat design. From the gold-plated cap to, I guess, the sleekness of it. It is a little heavy, especially right there. And this one also has the refill converter in it. And it says Waterman in France on the little gold band. And that's about all I know about this pen. So without having the feeders, being there, I don't know if this is going to work, but let's see. I picked up some ink. Okay. So this is the Waterman, and it from France. And this one, I think, is in the price range of $600. And you can tell that there must have been some ink left in, it wasn't rinsed out when he stopped using it. This is with a luxury boat design, and that the nib is integrated. Has anyone seen or tried an integrated nib before? I think that's about it. The nib is 18 karat gold, solid karat gold, it said on the website. Solid gold. For some reason, maybe I don't know if it's the slick body or something, I feel like I have to press to hold on to it. Very unique. Glad that I get to be the keeper of it. So that is the Waterman. On to the next pen. This is a Sailor Magellan lapis broad nib with a 14 karat gold nib. This is a rare pen, for they do not make them anymore. This was created by an artist named Hiroshio Fujimoto of Long Productions. There was 3 in the collection. There was a jade green and a tortoise shell one. And it's the Magellan is known for their thin cap lip band. And then on the silver part here, you can see that it says, let's see, started here, Sailor, Japan, founded in 1911. And it's a resin. It's a resin body. And it's rare because due to the limited quality. It's a 1990 collectible, and it has the Sailor nib on it. And this is a broad nib. And then for inside, it has the converter, ink converter. This converter looks like one of the smaller ones compared to the other ones. So let's dip this one and write the information about it. This is the one and only Sailor that I have. I was really surprised that he had a Sailor. So it's kind of cool now that I'm able to be a giver for or caretaker of a Sailor pen. You know, it's not one of the most popular ones or the ones that everyone has been talking about as of late. But once I found out that this is a rarity because of the limited edition, I'm like, that's pretty cool. So this one probably will never leave my house either, just due to the fact of it being a rare collectible. And I would hate for it to get lost or stolen. I will definitely use it. Just like the Pelikan nib, this is a very nice nib. And let's see, there was also 2 more in the collection. Jade green, and the other one was tortoise shell. And it was, this particular one was manufactured to be exported out. That's what I read also. And then I'm going to write the artist's name down here who designed this one. Artist Hiroshi Fujimoto. So let's do a recap. And down below, let me know which one you thought was your favorite, or if you have one in that particular brand. I would love to learn about that down below in the comments. So we had the Pelikan, that tinier Pelikan one. We had the one from Switzerland. We had the other Pelikan one, which I really like using. We have the Waterman one from France. We have the Aurora sterling silver one. And then we have a Sailor. Thank you so much for joining me today and trying out the rest of my father-in-law's pens. Until the next one. Bye.